Hey everybody, Billy here with Billy's Joint. We show old movies and TV shows and various things, but today is a double feature of Boston Blackie. Chester Morris did 14 of these for Columbia, and this is number 10 of 14 coming up first. And this is A Close Call for Boston Blackie from 1946. And in this one, Blackie, who's a former thief, he's framed for murder because his former girlfriend comes to his aid because she wants help and wants Blackie to protect her and her baby from her paroled husband, John, who's a bad guy, Well, a scuffle ensues and John gets killed. Well, Inspector Farraday always suspects Blackie, and so he suspects Blackie this time too. So Blackie has to prove his innocence. So he runs all over town with the Runt, who's the sidekick. The Runt is played by George E. And they run around town discovering about, fake babies, extortion, and deceit. But he's trying to find the real culprits and clear his name. So that's the basic plot. I'll be back with some more, fun facts and trivia, 8-ball stuff. But for now, let's get into it. A Close Call for Boston Blackie.
Funny, isn't it, Runt?
It sure is.
What is? Here we are again, riding with Inspector Farraday and his almost human bloodhound, Sergeant Matthews.
Doing it so often makes it boring, eh, Blackie?
No, on the contrary, I rather enjoy it. Why they don't use you in the Bureau of Psychology instead of the homicide detail is one of the mysteries of the police department.
Maybe it's because there are certain people I can always lay my hands on without overtaxing my brain.
Ah, touché, Inspector.
Touche. What does that mean?
It means we're nearing home.
Oh, sure.
You're a lifesaver, Inspector. We'd still be standing on that curb if you hadn't come along.
Next time you escort a lady in distress to her home, be sure you pick one that lives near a taxi stand.
Well, it's the Sir Galahad in me, I guess.
At least Galahad had a horse.
I knew him. Timothy old Galahad. He was a mounted cop in Flatbush.
Now, take my advice, Blackie. Ladies are not your specialty. Keep away from them, particularly when they're in trouble.
Thanks for your advice and the lift. Come on, Runt. Look. Oh, now, wait a minute, Blackie. They've been drinking. They're all right. The girl's putting up too good a fight to be drunk. Blackie, listen, remember the inspector told you about women. I can't change the habits of a lifetime, even for the inspector. Come on, Runt. Couple of brave guys.
Yeah.
Hey, look. Ziegfeld Follies, remember?
Gerry Peyton.
Yeah, you were kind of stuck on her a couple of years ago.
I sure was.
I wonder what they were trying to pull. I don't know. They tailed so fast, I didn't even get a good look at them. Come on, let's get her in the house. Give me a hand, Runt. Wait. Get some brandy, Runt.
All right.
Gerry Peyton. Can you imagine her fainting right in front of your doorstep? Say, isn't she married to that rich kid who was sent up the river on a manslaughter rap?
Yes, that's right.
Oh, remember drunk driving? Turned over a car, killed a dame or something.
Yeah.
No wonder you were soft on her. You tried to stop the wedding, too.
For her own good, yes.
Blackie. Oh, wow, what happened?
Well, you fell and hit your head. You'll be all right, Gerry. Take a sip of this. That's right. Some friends of yours tried to force you into a car.
Friends? I didn't have any. Oh, now I remember. Who were they?
I don't know. They didn't wait long enough to be introduced.
Oh,
Feel
this
better?
is terrible. I don't know what to do.
What the... Is this one of your ideas?
Oh, wait a minute, Blackie. If this was one of my ideas, you think it'd be that good looking? How did it get here? This doesn't look like the steps of a cathedral.
I'm sorry, Blackie. It's mine.
What?
I came up here because I needed someone to help. And you were the only one I could think of. On the way up, I realized I was being followed. Luckily, the door was open, so I locked the baby in and went downstairs to wait for you.
Oh, sit down. Now, who was following you?
I don't know, but I'm sure it's got something to do with my husband.
Well, isn't he doing a stretch?
The paper said he was paroled yesterday.
Oh.
I know he'll make straight for me. I didn't visit him once while he was away. I wanted to forget him. Oh, Blackie, I should have listened to you. I should never have married him.
I know, but you did. Now, what about the baby?
I didn't tell him when the baby came. I didn't even let his family know. Oh, John treated me so horribly. He stayed away for days at a time. Even blamed me when his father disinherited him. I didn't even want him to know the child was his.
Well, perhaps when he finds out he's a father, he...
Nothing will change, John. He'll kill me, I tell you, and the baby, too.
That's nice goings on. You've had plenty of time to divorce him, Gerry.
But, Blackie, it wasn't so easy. I had to work nights to support the baby, and I had to sleep in the daytime. That's why I've come to you. I knew I had no right to, after the way I let you down.
You really did, you know.
And you hurt him, too.
Skip it, Runt. Well, there's only one thing to do.
What's that?
Police headquarters, please.
Oh, no, Blackie, please, not the police.
Your husband's the next con, and he's threatening you.
I know, but then everybody will know I have the baby, and John's people will try to take him away from me.
Hello. Hello, police headquarters, Inspector Faraday's office.
Oh, no, Blackie, please.
Faraday talking. Hello, Faraday. This is Boston Blackie.
Put that phone down.
John.
Hang it up, I said.
Something screwy. He hung up.
A beautiful family portrait. My wife and I. Let it ring.
Please, John, let me explain.
I can see what happened. They buried me in prison for 2 years, and you ride on the merry-go-round with a guy who didn't want you to marry me.
But you're proving right now that my advice was right.
Doesn't make any difference. Nobody's gonna leave here.
What about your baby?
My baby. That's a laugh.
Don't, Blackie. He isn't worth it.
Well, where do we go from here?
Wouldn't be any fun going alone. I might take you all with me. Even the kid. A lot can happen in 2 years, Blackie. I've been thinking a lot about you.
In the other room. Yeah, Blackie.
What do you think you're gonna do?
Get you a return ticket to where you came from. Get police headquarters on the phone. Smart guy.
Hello, operator. Get me police headquarters. Hurry. I'm an emergency. What happened?
I thought I heard a shot.
Oh, well, you know, it could have been the backfire downstairs. Remember those
Yes.
cars and...
Blackie! Blackie! He's dead!
Now, take it easy. Now, wait a minute, Gerry. I didn't do this. Somebody fired through the door.
Well, it could have been one of those guys that tried to put you in a car downstairs, remember?
Oh, with all this scandal, what'll I do? My baby, they'll never let me keep him now.
Don't worry.
Blackie, Farraday, he's coming up.
Uh-oh, we've got to work fast. You've got to get out of here, Gerry. Use the servants' entrance.
But my baby!
Runt will bring him to you later. He's a wonderful mother.
I can't leave
Now,
him.
don't be a fool. The reporters will be here in an hour.
You told me you didn't want the Peytons to find out you had a baby. Now go on, hurry up. Take the baby to the servants' room at the end of the hall and shut the door.
Oh, but Blackie, what about the baby? Suppose he starts to yell or something.
Stand on your head and wiggle your ears. Now go on. Right, get in those pajamas. Hurry up.
Oh, I don't want to go to bed. It's too early.
Do what I tell you. Get in them.
Well, the ones with the daffodils are still in the laundry.
Goody, goody. Get in them. Hurry up.
I don't see anything wrong, Chief.
Neither do I. That's what worries me.
I wouldn't fool around with Farraday if I were you.
Don't argue. Get in bed.
Maybe they're asleep.
Then we'll wake them up and find out.
Yeah, but if you wake them up, how do you know they were asleep?
Oh, shut up.
Hurry up, will you, Runt?
I am hurrying up.
Well, good evening, gentlemen. What's the matter? Haven't you got a home? Why don't you draw up a bed and lie down?
This isn't exactly a social call, Blackie.
Would you mind having a cigar?
Oh, I don't mind if I do.
Take the two.
One to grow on.
All right, now you know why I'm here, Blackie.
Why?
Why did you phone me, then suddenly hang up?
I don't get you.
Let's not start trying to fool each other so early in the evening. I answered the phone and I heard your voice.
That's right. I was listening.
You know, Matthews, your ear is gradually assuming the shape of a keyhole.
Just to refresh your memory, Blackie, the clerk downstairs tells me there's been some excitement on this floor.
Oh, yes, that, you know, I'd completely forgotten. It seems some of the tenants thought they heard a shot, so I naturally called you. And when I found out there was nothing wrong, I hung up.
And went back to sleep, I suppose.
In my little trundle bed, yes.
Okay, Blackie, we'll be going.
Ow! Watch those flat feet of yours, will you?
Sorry, Blackie, did I hurt you? Let's take a look here.
That's all right, thanks.
You've been in bed for some time and you just got up, huh?
Yes, I've been sleeping very peacefully until you came barging in.
Those shoes are a little rough on your sheets, aren't they?
Well, I have to wear those, Inspector. You see, I walk in my sleep.
I thought I heard voices. Come in, Runt.
Uh-huh. Hello.
Hello.
You walk in your sleep?
Who, me? Oh, never. Once I hit the hay, I'm gone.
You always sleep with those shoes on?
Huh? Oh, yes, he has to wear those. You see, it saves him time in the thing. And yes, it saves him time getting dressed in the morning.
Just so they're not running shoes. You save a lot of time getting dressed in the morning, too, Blackie.
Oh, yes.
What's that?
That's a seagull. We throw it a herring every Friday.
Very funny.
Get out of the way.
Get the baby out the back way.
What'll I do?
Take him over to Mamie's.
Mamie's, that's my girl. What'll she think?
Don't argue. Go.
All right, Blackie, where's the baby?
Now, what would a baby be doing in a bachelor's apartment?
That's what I want to know. Oh, get away from there. You don't fold a baby up like a shirt.
Hey, Chief, come here quick. A body.
Wait a minute, Blackie, get back there.
Guess who it is?
What is this, a guessing game, or are we investigating a murder? Oh, young Peyton. Paroled from penitentiary yesterday and murdered in your apartment today.
Don't jump at conclusions, Inspector. It might happen anywhere.
Yeah, but it didn't. It happened here. Get out of those pajamas.
Now, look, I can explain.
Save it till we get out of headquarters. We'll make it chap number 406.
No, 407.
You and Peyton's wife were running around together a few years ago, weren't you?
I was very fond of her, if that's what you mean.
That's exactly what I mean. Inspector Farraday, get me the coroner's office. If this was for money, nobody could make me believe you'd ever pull a murder, Blackie.
I don't know. What am I offered?
But this particular killing has a distinct aroma of what the crime magazines call romance and passion. Hello, Doc Murdoch? There's a case over here at Boston Blackie's apartment. Yeah, bring your basket.
Now, look, this is silly. I can explain.
All right, don't get up.
Look, if I killed young Peyton, would I have called you on the phone and then hung up as soon as I got you?
You might do just that. It might be your idea of the beginning of a beautiful alibi.
Same old Farraday.
This bullet entered the right side, pierced the heart, lodged between the 4th and 5th ribs.
A .38. Same caliber as this gun.
Well, I guess we got this case sewed up, huh, Chief?
We? What have you done?
I'm here, ain't I?
What'll you bet? All right, get your pictures and let's get out of here. I wouldn't trust Blackie alone in that room if there was a bear trap at every door.
Ah, don't worry, Chief. It's a 6-story jump and he hasn't got a parachute.
You better be sure he hasn't got an umbrella. What's that? Where's Blackie? What was that shot?
Maybe it's kids shooting firecrackers.
This time of year?
Maybe it's a car backfiring.
You couldn't get a car in that courtyard unless you built it there.
Maybe it's not a car.
You see anybody go out this way?
No, sir.
Well, keep your eyes open. Look around there. There's got to be somewhere in this apartment.
Maybe we ought to send out a general alarm.
Maybe you ought to shut up. Come on. I don't know. He must have made himself invisible to get out of that room without being seen.
I don't believe in that stuff, Chief. It ain't been invented yet. Telephone.
Sharp. Yeah?
Listen, Blackie, I know you can't talk, but the kid's okay. I'm up at you-know-where, but you-know-who ain't home. The janitor let me in. Oh, listen, Blackie, can't you think of any other place? You know, I'm not very good at explaining things. What?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? I can't hear a word you said. Oh, I forgot you can't talk. Well, listen, Blackie, hurry up over, will you please, just as soon as you can get rid of that blubberhead Farraday.
The runt called me a blubberhead.
He did? You can't prove it. Where is he?
He's up at you-know-where, but you-know-who ain't there.
I'll have to have a little time to figure that out.
Skip it. But there was a baby.
Yeah?
Blackie lied to me. So long, Inspector. I hope you find Blackie. Don't worry, I can lay my hands on him anytime I want to.
Oh,
My hat.
Doc, the last time you lost it was on the stretcher under the body. Remember?
that's right, it was. Oh, no, I remember. I left it in the closet.
Hey, Doc, here's your hat.
It's a little bent.
Thank you.
All right, get him down to the morgue.
Oh, it's cold in here.
It'll be a lot hotter in a minute. Nice try, Blackie. Nice try. Next time, don't die with the same boots on.
All right. Now, have you finished with the postmortem?
Not until you've answered a few questions.
Well, let's go. I'm much better playing dumb than I am playing dead.
We'll see. What's the dope on this baby?
I don't know.
Yeah, then who's it that lives with whatchamacallit?
I beg your pardon?
You say it.
Who is you-know-who lives at you-know-where?
I'm no good at riddles, chum.
No time for stalling, Blackie. A murder's been committed in your apartment.
Well, that doesn't prove I did it.
But the man who was murdered was married to the woman you were in love with, and that could be a very good reason for you to get rid of him.
Oh, you're on the wrong track, Inspector. Young Peyton was shot by somebody outside the door. He got away so fast I didn't even see him.
Blackie, you're losing your grip. That isn't as good a story as you usually cook up.
Thanks.
Now listen, it's my business to get the facts in this case, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Say, what kept you? What have you been doing?
What do you think I've been doing?
Where'd you leave my kid?
At Blackie's. I didn't have time to...
Blackie's? Now, that's a dumb stunt.
What'd you expect me to do? Farraday came in the front door and I went out the back. Blackie made me go. He didn't want me mixed up in the murder.
Murder? Hey, Smiley, you didn't tell me anything about that. Who's murder?
Shut up. So, Blackie's still soft on you, huh?
What's that got to do with it?
Everything. That's what I was counting on when I set up this deal. Did he tell you what he expects to do with the baby?
He said the runt would bring it to me.
And how does he plan to do that with Farraday still there?
How should I know? Why did I ever get into this?
For $100,000, Jerry.
And this is no time to go soft.
After all, he was my husband.
He was no good and you know it. Besides, you wanted to get even with the old man for disinheriting you. Well, here's your chance. While Blackie's taking the rap, we palm off the kid, collect, and get out of here.
Say, wait a minute. If you turn over my kid to Peyton's old man as his grandson, how'll I get him back?
Can't you figure that out later?
Well, if he was your kid, you'd be worried, too.
You never worried about that brat in your life. All you want is some easy coin for letting us borrow.
Sure, I want the dough, but I got a father's feeling.
Don't make me laugh. Get on the ball, Gerry. Go get that kid and bring him back here. And I don't care how you do it.
Okay.
Trivia question. Pretty cool one, I think. Columbia made 14 Boston Blackie movies with Chester Morris. What was the very first one they made? What was Chester Morris's first Boston Blackie movie? And as a bonus question, what was the overall first Boston Blackie movie? It turns out there were 9 movies made before Chester Morris even came on the scene. 23 total that I found. So what was the first Chester Morris movie, and what was the very first movie, period? Tough question. And I'll have the answers at the end of the show.
There we are. That's a good little man. Sure. That's good. Come here, honey. I'll fix you up. Oh, well, look at you. Aren't you a nice big boy? Oh, gee, you're cute. Say, how'd you like to hear a little music? Maybe I can find a lullaby on the radio, huh? Or would you rather hear some swing?
Hands up. Reach for the ceiling, I said. Drop that gun.
There was enough shooting during business hours. I gotta come home and find it. Oh, you're so cute. You're the cutest little fella I've ever seen. Say, I'll bet it's past your feeding time. I know. You gotta eat something. Well, sure, kids eat the same as human beings. Now, you wait right here. I'm gonna go out and get you a shot of milk. Oppenheimer's pale, dry lager. Dozens of bottles of beer, not a drop of milk. Fine mother that made me it make. Tough luck, pal. There isn't a drop of cow juice in the joint.
Koppelheimer's, the pale lager that gives you ruddy cheeks, presents the City News on the Hour. As you listen, the police are grilling Boston Blackie regarding the murder of John Peyton, Jr. An accomplice known only as the Runt is being sought for questioning. The disappearance of a...
I'm going to go out and get you the milk just the same. Now, you just wait right here. Don't you go away now. Oh, I can't go out there. They're looking for me. You just wait right here. Now, don't you say a word, honey. I'm going to get dressed, I'm going to go downstairs, and I'm going to get you some milk, and we're going to have the best time, just you and I. We're going to have a wonderful time. You just wait and see. You just wait and see. Yes. Oh, you're so cute. How do I look? I don't blame you. Now, you wait right here.
brought you here? Hello, Mrs. Clancy? Oh, I'm so sorry I woke you up. But there's a stray baby in my room and... What's that? Who's drunk? Listen, Doughface, I don't care if you're the manager, How do you like that? The old so-and-so hung up on me.
Come on, Blackie, let's get this over with. Whose baby are you hiding and how does it tie in with his murder?
Well, I'd be very glad to tell you.
Well, go on, go on.
But you wouldn't believe me.
Farraday speaking. Who's this? Who did you say this is?
Mamie Kerwin. You know me. Swiss cheese on mine, a glass of buttermilk. Sure, the Queen of Murphy's Hamburger Palace, in person. Hi, Inspector. Listen, I found a strange baby campered in my apartment. What do I do with it? Who do I call?
Well, why bother me with a thing like that? Send it to an orphan asylum or put an ad in the lost and found column. Baby, did you say... Wait a minute. What's your address, Mamie? Yeah. All right, Mamie. Yeah, Mamie. Okay, Mamie. Fine, Mamie. Who is it? All right, Mamie.
It's Mamie.
Yes, all right, Mamie. Yes, Mamie. Goodbye, Mamie. Now I know who you know who is. Mamie, the Runt's girlfriend, isn't it?
I know nothing of the Runt's love life.
All right, Blackie, we'll take this up when I get back. Keep your eye on him. Don't let him out of your sight.
But, Chief, I was going to the gym. It's the last night I have to practice for the police wrestling matches.
So you heard what I said. If you'd exercise your brain a little more than your muscles, you'd get farther.
That's right. So long, Farraday, and good luck.
A lot he cares whether I win or lose. Exercise your brain, he says. What brains? I should have said. No, I shouldn't have said that either.
I know exactly how you feel. Tough luck, pal.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for you, I'd be in the gym right now getting into shape.
Well, you still can.
How?
After that crack Farraday made about you, wouldn't you like to show him up?
Boy, I sure would. What are you getting at?
While he's fooling around with a poor little baby, I can get you the evidence that will solve this murder.
No kidding?
Uh-huh.
How?
Well, first, you'll have to let me out.
Yeah. Oh, I thought there was a catch to it. If I let you go, I might as well give you my gun and my badge, too.
Well, I'll take very good care of them.
I'll bet you would.
All right, Matthews, you're passing up your big chance, and besides, you're losing out on that wrestling practice.
That's what gripes me.
Yeah. Say, look, if you want wrestling practice, I'll show you some swell holds.
I know every hold in the book, from toe hold to headlock.
Oh, no, that's kids' stuff. I mean some new stuff, better than judo.
Yeah?
Sure.
Well, maybe we could try a few. I won't hurt you.
No, come on. Steady.
It's a new one, huh?
Yeah. Matthews, you get prettier all the time.
Yeah? You're a cinch.
You're better than I thought, Matthews.
Say, I was just thinking, it might help me in the department if I did something smart.
Yes, for a change. Mm-hmm.
Can you get me that evidence you were talking about?
Oh, sure. But come on, let's try another hold.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, pal.
Could you spare an extra bottle of milk, please?
I can only take care of my customers.
Oh, but you're so big and so strong, and my baby is so little and so hungry.
Well, I can let you have one bottle.
Thanks.
Hey, are you crazy?
Yeah, I'm crazy. Yeah.
Why, you...
Hello, honey. How are you?
Runt, what in the...
Oh, now, Mamie, I can explain everything. You see, I was going to go to a masquerade, and I saw your uniform, and I thought I'd dress up like a bottle of milk.
Huh?
I mean a waitress. Well, anyway, I didn't go, and so here I am, and here you are. See what I mean?
No, I don't.
Madeline, where did you get this baby?
Why, where did I get it? I won it in a raffle, you lunkhead.
Let me see the tickets.
Wait a minute. I come home and find the baby, and you come in with a bottle of milk. What are you trying to slip over?
Oh, nothing, honey, nothing. I brought the baby up here. Well, I brought it up here, so all right. So what's wrong about that?
What's wrong about it? You tell me. Is it yours?
Of course not. When would I have time to have a baby?
Then whose is it? What are you doing with it? Why did you bring it here?
Well, now, look, honey, I can explain everything, but please don't ask me now. Please don't.
Oh, you'll open up your trap soon enough when the police get here.
The police? Mamie, you didn't...
What you think I was going to do? Inspector Faraday's on his way over right now.
Faraday? Oh, Mamie, you don't know what you did.
All right, then give. What have I done?
Shh. There he is now. Look, I can only tell you this much. There's been a murder committed, and Faraday's trying to pin the blame on Blackie.
Murder? Did Blackie do it?
Of course not. Blackie told me to bring the baby up here until he can clear us. That's all.
Beat it. I'll handle Faraday. But if you lied to me, I'll...
I know, honey. Okay.
Oh, hello, Inspector. This is a surprise. Come in.
Where's the baby?
Baby? What baby?
Didn't you phone and tell me there was a strange baby up here?
Oh, that baby. He's gone.
Where?
He couldn't wait. He was in a hurry.
Had to catch a train, I suppose.
Yeah, that's it. He had to catch a train. What's all this double talk, Inspector? You must be trying to kid me.
Listen, you're not kidding me, Mamie. The runt came and got him, didn't he?
I believe you're serious.
I am.
Well, isn't that the darndest thing? I thought you were clowning at first. Oh, I know what happened. I'll bet one of the other girls phoned you as a gag on me.
Why?
We have a waitresses club, like a sorority, and they always rib a new member when she's being initiated.
So you're being initiated, huh? Does this little thing belong to your sorority?
Oh, that. I just bought it to take to a baby shower they're giving for a friend of mine.
Naturally. And when you drink beer, do you always take milk for a chaser?
It's very nourishing that way, Inspector. You ought to try it sometime.
Now, look, Mamie, you're not putting anything over on me. You're covering up for the Runt and Blackie. Let me warn you. You're getting yourself mixed up into something that's going to cause you a lot of trouble.
Is that a tip?
Yes, that is a tip.
Leave the next one by your plate when I serve you lunch tomorrow.
Taxi?
Just a minute. There's a passenger getting out.
I know, but I'm in a hurry.
Hey, what is this?
Blackie.
Mother.
Well, don't laugh. Faraday's upstairs in Mamie's apartment.
I know it.
Well, ain't we gonna do something to help Mamie?
Don't worry about Mamie. She knows her stuff.
You know...
Where to? Oh, any place, driver. Just drive around. Huh? Cute kid.
Yes.
Oh, I love that outfit. Oh, you look so sweet.
Oh, shut up. You don't seem to get the idea. I'm in Dutch with my girl. First it's the baby, then it's Faraday. Why don't you tell him the whole story?
I want to be sure that Gerry doesn't get snagged up in this mess first.
I don't care about Gerry. I'm worried about Mamie and me. Here I am on a lamb, and I'm playing nursemaid to a kid.
Well, now, if that's all the maternal affection you've got, we'll take the baby back to Gerry right now. She ought to be home by this time.
What are you looking back there for?
It's a lifelong habit, and besides, we're being followed.
Huh?
Oh, driver, the first empty cab you come to, pull up, will you? Here, Runt, take off that cap.
Huh? What I tell you now?
Now, get down. Careful of the kid.
Driver, pull over and stop.
Get down, Runt.
They're switching cabs.
But I can still see their hats.
Ah, that's the oldest gag in the world.
Ain't we getting out?
That's what Matthews thinks.
They want me to think they're still in there. And while I'm chasing them, they get away in the other cab. But I don't fall for it, see?
All right, drive it.
Okay. crouched on the floor of the cab. Watch me get him.
Well,
Chief, imagine meeting you here.
what are you doing here? I thought I told you to stay in the office and keep your eye on Blackie.
That's just what I'm doing.
My remote control, I suppose.
No, don't you get it? I
No.
used your favorite stunt. I let Blackie think he escaped so I could follow him.
Then where is he?
Chief, this'll kill you.
I bet.
Right in that cab. Blackie, the Runt, and the baby. The whole caboodle of them.
All I gotta say is they better be in there.
They are. Will they be surprised? All right, come on out, wise guys.
You mallet head.
Now, Chief, take it easy.
I don't know what
Don't do
keeps
anything.
me
Don't
from
you
where
decide,
you
Chief.
are. I ought to...
Wait a minute, driver.
Yes?
Good evening. I'm from the Child Welfare Bureau. I'm looking for Mrs. Peyton, Mrs. Geraldine Peyton.
Well, it's about time somebody made her take care of that baby. If I were you, I'd make her take it back to her sister's.
Her sisters?
Yes. That's where she says she kept it all the time.
Oh, I see. Well, how long has she had the baby here?
Just a couple of days.
Mm-hmm. Well, your evidence is very important. Have you any idea where I could find Mrs. Peyton at the moment?
She went out several hours ago to visit a friend, a Mr. Boston Blackie on Park Avenue. And I'll bet a cookie he's no good either.
I'll bet you a cake you're right. So she left a message where she was going, huh?
Yes, because she was expecting someone else to call.
Oh, I see. Who?
Her husband.
Did he show up?
Right after she left.
Are you sure he was her husband?
He said he was. Anyway, I gave him the address. Why, is there something wrong?
No, everything's fine. But thank you very much.
Okay, let's go. Hey, ain't we gonna take the kid inside?
No, we're gonna hold on to it a while longer. Say, Runt, if Gerry was running away from somebody, why would she leave a message where she went?
How should I know?
Did she?
Yeah. I understand your feelings, Mrs. Peyton, but we have a murder to solve, and I must ask you a few questions. That's why I've sent for you.
I'll tell you everything I know. But what about my baby?
We're doing everything possible. Why did you leave your baby at Blackie's apartment?
Because I thought he'd be safe there.
Just what was your relationship with Blackie while your husband was in prison?
Well, we were seeing each other.
How often?
About twice a week. I was alone.
Your husband's parole came as a surprise to you, didn't it?
Yes. You see, he never said anything to me about it.
How could he? The records show you never wrote him nor visited him in prison.
I know. I was so busy making a living for myself and the baby.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to say that I helped Blackie kill him?
Then he did kill your husband.
Oh, I didn't mean to say that.
All right, now maybe you'll tell me exactly how it did happen.
Well, I was waiting for Blackie to come home. He was only there a short time when John showed up. He accused us of double-crossing him.
What did Blackie say to that?
Well, they quarreled. And then they started to fight. Blackie pulled out a gun, and before I knew it, they were wrestling for it. There was a shot, and...
And then what happened?
All I know is someone took me out of the apartment and called a cab.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I called Blackie's apartment all night and this morning, but there was no answer.
Why would Blackie want to hold on to your baby?
I don't know, but I'm sure he's up to something.
In that case, there's another interested party I think you should meet. Send Mr. Harcourt in.
Mr. Harcourt? Who's he?
Mr. Harcourt? This is Mrs. Peyton.
How do you do? I'm the attorney representing Mr. Cyrus Peyton, your late husband's father.
What does he want?
But I'm sure that you as a parent can appreciate his feelings. Mr. Peyton received word this morning from an anonymous source that he has a grandchild by Mrs. Peyton and his unfortunate son.
You mean he didn't know that?
Strangely enough, no. So as his attorney, it's my duty to see that he is not victimized.
Tell him he needn't worry. Old man Peyton has no claim on my son, and I don't want anything from him.
Just a minute, Mrs. Peyton. No use getting yourself upset. Before any action can be taken, we're going to have to find your baby.
I'm afraid I don't quite understand.
The baby is missing.
Missing? You mean kidnapped?
Well, shall we say temporarily misplaced?
Say, Chief, you know, excuse me.
Well, you're in. What is it?
Well, Chief, remember last night I got the number off of the cab that Blackie and the Runt escaped in.
If you hadn't, you'd be pounding a beat today.
Yeah, and you know what I did?
I found out where they were dropped off, I hope.
That's right. But you'll never guess where.
At Blackie's apartment.
That's right.
Come on. I'll have your baby back for you in half an hour.
How does he do it? I'm going to read a book sometime and get as smart as he is.
It's A-ball time. He's pretty good at answering questions. But last time I kind of stumped him. I said, if tomato is a fruit, is ketchup a smoothie? He said, hard to foretell. So I want to try it again because I want to get to the bottom of this. So if tomato's a fruit, is ketchup a smoothie? Let's see what he says. You got to shake him up real good. And he says, looks like yes. So there you go. We all know all about smoothies and ketchup now.
Go to sleep, my baby, and close those beautiful eyes. Go to sleep, my baby, and close those beautiful eyes.
Oh, what's the use?
Hey, maybe we ought to sing some grand opera. They always put me to sleep.
This is silly. Why didn't you leave the baby at Jerry's when you were there the last time?
Well, the whole thing sounds fishy, Mamie. Jerry told a landlady that she was keeping the kid at her sister's home.
Well, what's wrong with that?
I happen to know she hasn't got a sister. What? And I'm afraid our sweet little Jerry is trying to pull a fast one. Oh, she wouldn't do that to you. Well, then why didn't she come out and tell the truth about the murder? I don't know. Well, there's only one thing to do. Mamie will have to take the baby over to Jerry's apartment.
Now you're talking. Hey!
The address is 1706 East Drive. Now tell her you found it at the railroad station. Tell her anything.
Well, wait a minute. Isn't it enough you got me mixed up in a murder? Now you want me arrested as a kidnapper.
Well, if you're arrested, Mamie, we'll come and visit you, and we'll send you flowers and candy.
Never mind the flowers. If I get pinched, you'll need them yourself.
Hey, Mamie, ain't that cute? And doesn't that give you some ideas?
Yes, it does. That you're a crazy galoot and I'm not going to get you out of any more jams. Does that give you any ideas?
Yeah. Out the back way, hurry.
You're not kidding, brother.
Who's there?
It's me, Jerry.
Don't you think that we ought to keep out of sight?
Well, come in, come in. I hope the room is large enough.
All right, Blackie, let's make it short and sweet.
Quite a convoy you brought with you.
I'm sorry, Blackie, but I've come for my baby. Where is he?
Come on, cut out the stalling. We know the whole story. Take a look around, Matthews.
Do you miss your baby very much, Jerry?
What do you mean by that?
Kid ain't here, Chief.
Hey, isn't here. What have you done with him?
You're flirting with dynamite, Blackie. Oh, you don't. Hello?
Hello, Blackie.
Yeah, hello, Runt.
Don't worry about a thing. Yeah, you know who took you know what to you know where.
Listen, Runt, you can tell you know who that I know what's what, and I'll soon find out where.
Go away. Hey, mister, please. That's what I get all the time. The tenants think the janitor's got nothing else to do but look after their pooches. Go away.
Blackie, what kind of a stunt are you trying to pull with this baby?
I can't tell you yet.
I think you'd better. I guess you know Mrs. Peyton has already implicated you in the murder of her husband.
I beg your pardon. What did you say?
You heard what I said.
I couldn't help it, Blackie. I had to tell the truth.
The truth, huh? Just what did you tell the inspector? You better answer me.
Young man, you don't realize the seriousness of this. If there's any fraud, Mr. Peyton's prepared to take drastic action.
And may I ask who you are, sir?
My name's Harcourt. I'm attorney for Mr. Peyton Sr.
Oh. Well, Jerry told me old man Peyton didn't know there was a baby. How did he find out so suddenly?
He received this note today. I wonder if you know your grandson is being badly neglected by Mrs. Geraldine Peyton.
That's a lie. I take very good care of him.
Go on, Mr. Hawkett.
Something should be done about it.
Can I see that, please?
I'm not privileged to let it out of my possession.
Well, who wrote the note?
It's merely signed a friend.
A friend? Whoever wrote that note's even afraid to sign a name.
Doesn't it strike you as strange, Inspector, that the baby receives all this publicity the same day young Peyton was murdered?
You can bet it's strange. That's why you're going down to headquarters. Come on, Blackie.
Well, I'll take your
Come
hands
on.
off me now. I'll go quietly.
Good work, boys. Let's make a run for it. Matthews, you stupid ox! Get this beast off!
Oh, get those dogs out of here!
Oh, Chief! Look at them. Don't they play cute?
You Blackie, come here! Help! Matthews, you stupid ox!
I better phone the Humane Society and tell them what's going on here.
Get him away, somebody. Call her back.
Don't worry, Mr. Hart. Hold on, you. He looks good. Hey, take it easy, Farraday. I'll meet you at the dog pound.
Blackie! Come back here if you know what's good for you! Oh! Please! Call him off! Chief! Go away! Go away! Call him off! Please!
Oh, it's you.
You scared me.
I scared you. What are you doing climbing in windows?
Oh, Mamie, this ain't just any old window.
That's just what I mean. Yesterday I was happy leading a quiet life. Now look at me, shaking like a bowl of jelly.
Oh, but honey,
Don't you honey me. You ought to have seen the tough time I had giving that baby back.
Hey, oh, Blackie, am I glad to see you. Mamie here.
Mamie says shut up, and Mamie says beat it.
Oh, a lover's quarrel, huh? And in the dark, too. Well, you'll have to do that in your spare time. I've got more important matters to take up.
And I got plenty to tell you.
I just checked with the Bureau of Vital Statistics.
You did?
There's no birth record of a child named Peyton in the last 3 years.
Then that kid is a ringer.
Right.
And for that I had to break my neck and nearly got arrested as a kidnapper.
It was all an act. Jerry's working with somebody, and they're trying to pull a fast shakedown on old man Peyton. Now, they needed some fall guys to take care of young Peyton, so we were elected to take the rap.
Well, why don't we go to Farraday and spill the works?
You think he's going to believe us?
Oh, we've got to clear ourselves, Mamie, or go to jail.
Well, nobody's going to put me in the pokey. I'm going to Farraday and talk my head off.
I don't blame you, Mamie. I understand exactly how you feel. Of course, I was hoping you'd help us out, but I wouldn't want to come between you and Mamie, Runt. You're too good a pal.
But, Blackie, I never let you down before.
Oh, skip it. I'll handle it somehow. Alone.
No, but you're the best friend I ever had.
We pulled through some mighty tough jams together, haven't we, Runt?
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. But don't worry. I'll handle this alone, somehow. I'll take the rap myself.
I'm not going to desert you, Blackie. I'm going to stick. I'm going to stick like I never stuck before.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Will you two stop this before I start bawling?
Oh, Mamie, you're terrific. I knew you wouldn't let us down.
Wait a minute, I didn't say...
Have you ever been a secretary?
Why? Do you want me to sit on your lap?
Maybe later. Right now, I want you to phone Jerry and say you're Peyton's secretary.
Peyton's secretary?
That's right.
I won't do it. That's forgery.
Oh, Mamie.
Oh, now, look, Blackie, we've got 150 years in jail waiting for us and the chair at the end of that.
Then what have we got to lose? I'll dial the number for you. Now, when you get Jerry, you say that Cyrus W. Peyton wants to speak with us. Is that clear?
Here we go again.
Hello?
Hello?
It's this way.
Who? Yes, this is Mrs. Peyton. It's my father-in-law. Yes, Mr. Peyton.
I just arrived in town and heard about the baby. Oh, you got it back. Fine, fine. Well, now, just a moment, young lady. There's no need of losing your temper. After all, I'm the one who really should be angry, you know. Well, very well, I'll be brief. I think we should have a little talk and possibly we can reach some sort of settlement. Yes. Good, good. I'll be there within the hour. Goodbye.
Yes, sir, the whole idea is very clear. This is a shakedown for big dough, and Blackie's in it with that Jerry girl.
I think we got something there, Chief. If we shadow Mamie, I think we'll find the Runt and Blackie.
Leave them alone and stop saying we. I've got a better idea.
I'm all ears.
With nothing between them. Get Peyton Sr. on the phone. I'm going to use him for bait.
I wonder what's keeping old man Peyton.
It's Blackie that worries me. He might show up at the wrong time.
We didn't think he'd take that frame of lying down.
Pipe down. Remember what you're going to say to him?
I should. You've told me 20 times.
Don't pull that phony birth certificate unless he asks for it.
Don't you think I know anything?
Oh, sure. But don't hold out too long. If Peyton offers to pay you off, give in at the right time. All you got to do is to keep out of sight.
Good evening. Is the manager in?
I'm the landlady. No vacancies, if that's what you're after.
Oh, goodness me, no. I'm from the Child Welfare Bureau.
Oh, another man from your office was here last night.
Yes. It's about the Peyton baby. And thanks to your excellent suggestions, we've decided to take action.
Well, I'm certainly glad to hear it.
Oh, I beg your pardon. This is Miss Trey, one of our best field operatives.
I would have sworn you were the girl who left that baby with me a few minutes ago. You look just like her.
That was my sister. We're friends. Twins.
Oh, you're much prettier than she is.
Yes, and she's much smarter, too. Her sister's a waitress. She's an executive.
Would you mind if she took over the switchboard while I'm upstairs? You see, in our investigations, we want to trace all Miss Peyton's calls, in and out. You know, secret agent stuff.
Oh, my goodness, this is thrilling.
Now, not a word to anyone.
I won't breathe it to a soul.
Thank you. Keep your eyes peeled for Farraday.
I've been doing it for 6 years.
Don't let any outside calls go through to Jerry's apartment.
No calls. Check. And listen, lame brain, if you ever make any more cracks about waitresses, I'll serve you a double order of knuckles.
Oh, Mamie, I was just trying to pay you a compliment, that's all. Quiet.
All right, get Jerry on the phone.
Say, how does this gimmick work?
You must have been the telephone operator one time or other. No one else could get so mixed up. No, sure. There we are. Keep your eyes open, Runt.
Yes? It's Peyton. Have him come right up, please.
Come on, we'll wait in the bedroom.
I won't. I can't go through with it.
What do you mean?
Well, it's like I told you. How do I know I'll get the kid back?
That's a fine time to come up with that. I should have gotten a different kid in the first place. Get in there.
Oh, I can't. The kid's all I've got, and I'm all he's got.
What is this, a play for more dough?
No, honest, Smiley. I'll get out of here. I won't squawk. Look, Smiley, Now, Smiley, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Smiley. Don't.
You fool. Now what are we going to do?
Shut up and give me a hand.
Just a minute.
Pull yourself together. Go get the kid.
Come in, Mr. Peyton.
Oh, thank you. You are Mrs. Peyton?
Yes. Won't you sit down?
Yes, of course. Charming little place you have here. Yeah.
Wouldn't you rather sit over there?
No, this is quite all right, thank you. So this is my grandchild, huh? Well, he's quite a little man. But why shouldn't he be? He's a Peyton. Good, sturdy stock.
Of course, I had nothing to do with it.
Oh, no, my dear, I didn't mean that. Geraldine. May I call you Geraldine?
If you wish.
It seems a pity it's taken so long for us to meet.
You didn't want to meet me. You didn't think I was good enough for your son. But now?
Now I'm alone, and I'm an old man, with no one to brighten up the few remaining years, except my son's child. Won't you consider letting me have him?
Not a chance. He's all I have in the world, too.
Are you being quite fair to the child? I mean, I can give him every opportunity. A fine upbringing, a splendid education.
But there's one thing you can't give him, and that's a mother's love.
Well, it's a mother's first duty to be unselfish where the interests of her child is concerned. Now, if you'll be reasonable, I'll be generous with you. Yes. I have a certified check here for $10,000.
$10,000?
As a token gift only. There'll be more. Oh, yes, indeed. Much more.
Well, I hope you won't misunderstand me.
Oh, of course not, dear girl. Of course not. You're doing the right thing. But you mustn't feel that you're going to lose the baby. No, indeed. You may visit him whenever you please.
May I?
Why, of course. May I hold him? Oh. Well, you're coming home with Grandpa. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, before I give you the check, there are one or two little formalities. You have the child's birth certificate, of course?
I'll get it.
Geraldine, wasn't the baby vaccinated?
Why, no. I've been so busy looking for a job, trying to make a living. I was going to have it done next week.
Well, that's very important, you know.
I know. I should have attended to it. Here's the birth certificate.
Thank you. Mrs. Peyton, are you quite sure you're telling me the truth?
What do you mean?
Well, you said the baby wasn't vaccinated. What do you call this? Take a look. Come closer.
I forgot. I wasn't thinking. I had it done when he was a year old.
2 months ago, and you didn't remember, eh? And here's another strange thing. The date and the signature are in the same handwriting as the note I received, saying you were neglecting the child. Mrs. Peyton, this child is not yours.
That's a lie. You're just trying to frighten me into giving up my baby without paying anything.
Well, we'll let the police determine that. And if I discover that you're trying to pass off somebody else's baby on me, I'll have you thrown in jail.
You're crazy. You don't know what you're saying. Get out of here. Smiley!
Put it back, Peyton. I said put it back.
So I was right. You did have an accomplice.
Come on, hurry up with that check, or I'll knock you off like...
Well, why don't you finish it? The way you killed my boy.
I didn't say that. Come on, hurry up with that check.
Uh-oh. Where you going, Runt?
I was just going
to warn Blackie, huh?
Oh, no, I was going to take a smoke.
Hold it, Mamie.
Sorry, sir, no vacancies. We're fresh out and full up. Try the joint next door.
What are you doing here?
Well, she just took a job as a relief operator.
Get up from that switchboard. All right, Mr. Peyton, announce yourself.
Oh, that's a jolly good idea, Inspector. Pip, pip. Pretty good, huh, Chief?
We're cooked.
Hello.
Yes? Someone who says he's Peyton.
Peyton?
And he's with Farraday.
Well, then who's this guy? Tell him you don't feel well. You call him back.
Wait a minute, Jerry.
Blackie.
That's right.
Boston Blackie, huh? You thought you could give us the fast shuffle.
Now, what did you think after the double cross you gave me? Now, we can still make plenty out of this. That's why I'm cutting myself in. But you got to work fast. You haven't much time. By the way, who's the gent behind the divan?
You'll find out. Put the kid in the bedroom. Pack your things. I want to be alone with this clock for just 1 minute.
Look, that hand's moving.
Open up, police!
Well, for once in my life, I'm glad to see you, Farraday, and you're just in time.
Give me that gun, Blackie.
Sure.
He broke in here and tried to hold us up.
He pretended he was Peyton so he could take my child and blackmail my father-in-law.
It's just the other way around, Inspector. These are the people you want.
How about that? All I know is I heard this young lady scream. I ran in, he knocked me down and threatened to shoot me.
You had this gun in your hand when I came in, Blackie?
You amaze me, Farraday. Why don't you ask them who killed the man back at the divan?
Blackie did, the way he killed John.
Are you going to believe that? Oh, listen to me, will you please?
Get me to the coroner's office. Where's the baby?
In the bedroom.
Take him downstairs and put him in my car. Your father-in-law's waiting down there. I want you both to testify.
Fine, I've nothing to hold back.
Inspector, listen.
Save it. Faraday speaking, Doctor. Better get over to Geraldine Peyton's apartment right away, 1706 East Drive. Yeah, and bring a basket. Yep, Blackie did it again.
Inspector, hold them, please. Oh, you dumb flatfoot. I go to all the trouble of catching them for you, and then you let them get away. They killed young Peyton.
Why did you disguise yourself as Peyton? Why did you put the Runt outside the door as a lookout? And why did you plant Mamie at the switchboard? You think I'm a fool, Blackie?
That's putting it mildly. Besides, you, an idiot's a genius.
Come on, come on. Now, Black Mariah's waiting.
All right, you don't
I'll
have
take
to
you
push.
someplace you can cool off.
I'll have to push it.
Mr. Peyton, meet the famous, or should I say, notorious Boston Blackie.
Hello, Matthews.
Oh, gee. How'd you know it was me?
I'd recognize those big feet of yours anywhere. They match your flat head.
Oh, well, that explains it. Say, what do you mean?
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Well, I take it back, Inspector. You're all right.
And he ain't no blubberhead either.
For a cop, he's kind of cute.
Hey. We both had the same idea about that pair, Blackie. And I heard enough over the phone at the switchboard.
Let me ask you something, Inspector. How did you find out the baby wasn't Jerry's?
Oh, that was hard.
It was.
I had to go all the way to the Board of Health and ask him.
Oh, well, that's what I did.
I know, I saw you coming out.
Well, then why did you put me through the ringer?
I just wanted to prove to you that I was right, that women always get you into trouble.
Oh, no, that's not true. Josie! Well, I certainly am glad to see you. Why, now what's the matter? Don't you remember me?
Why, you old wolf.
What?
What I mean?
Oh, what's this?
Come on, Cassidy, bring that pair off.
Get it.
Blackie, I'm going to take him home.
Well, that's swell. When he grows up to be big and strong, maybe he'll be a smart cop like you.
Yeah.
Way down in old Virginia, 300 years ago, Captain John Smith and Pocahontas trapped their meat and aged it slow. They smoked it and they spiced it too, for flavor at its best. Genuine Smithville barbecue surpasses all the rest.
Most great American traditions get better with the tellin', but James Rivers Smithfield Barbecue gets better with the eatin'. At Smithfield, we still use the same famous recipe of herbs and spices. Our barbecue is still slow simmered in our secret sauce to perfection. And just like always, James Rivers Smithfield Barbecue is good enough to be a great snack, hearty enough to fill a pioneer's appetite. You'll understand why John Smith stayed in old Virginia. One of the best things about this tradition is we make it quick and easy for you. Be sure to visit our concession stand now for James Rivers Smithfield Barbecue.
Hope you guys like that one. Up next is 1945, Boston Blackie, Booked on Suspicion. It's the 8th of the 14 Boston Blackie movies they made. So in this one, Boston Blackie is asked to impersonate a book expert at this auction to boost the price of this Charles Dickens set. And so he does, but he accidentally sells a fake set. And meanwhile, the book expert that he is impersonating is found dead. So Inspector Farraday, as usual, suspects Boston Blackie of the crime. So Boston Blackie has to get away and, with the help of the Runt, clear his name and find the real killer. And, you know, the Boston Blackie tagline, an enemy to those who make him an enemy, a friend to those who have no friend. Boston Blackie.
I'm sorry, Mr. Manletter, but I've just examined Mr. Kittredge. And my prescription is a complete rest at once.
Oh, dear, at once? He couldn't rest next week?
No, unless he leaves here today and cuts himself off completely from the book business, I'll wash my hands of the case.
Oh, my, well, you don't look any worse than usual.
Well, I'm sure the doctor's made a thorough examination.
I have indeed. Mr. Kittredge is a very sick man.
Oh, I'm awfully sorry. I don't mean to sound, but you see, 2/3 of the people won't show up for the auction if they know that you're not going to be here to conduct it.
You stay here and referee this bout, Runt. I'll be right back, gentlemen.
Well, what seems to be the trouble, Mr. Manletter?
Can I help you, gentlemen?
Yes, I want to buy a book.
Mm-hmm. You first, I presume.
No, I already have a book. It's entitled How to Recognize Smart Alecks. Blackie?
Well, if it isn't my good friend, Inspector Farraday.
How are you,
No,
Blackie?
I'm fine. I'm not exactly surprised to find you in a bookshop, but isn't this atmosphere a bit foreign to Matthews?
You better watch your step, Blackie.
Oh, shush.
Oh, thanks. Look out it doesn't explode in your face. I'm always a little suspicious of you, Blackie, when you start bribing the police department with cigars. What are you and the Runt doing here, anyway?
Well, to tell you the truth, we came here to haul off about $40,000 or $50,000 worth of first editions. Mm-hmm. We got into an underground passage we'd been digging for weeks, only to find that my good friend Arthur Manletter had bought this shop 2 weeks ago.
Oh, I bet that broke your heart.
Oh, it did.
All right, Blackie, look, I'm here for a copy of the records of the French surety of 1921.
Oh.
I've tried every rare bookshop in town, even the public library.
Oh, Miss Menard, maybe you can help these worms.
Huh?
Bookworms.
Oh.
I don't mean to sound inhuman, you see, but when I purchased this place, I bought your goodwill, and that includes your name and your services.
I agree with you, Mr. Manletter, and I'd like to be here.
You better get your hat, Mr. Kittredge.
The doctor's right, Mr. Kittredge. Your health comes first.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Don't you worry about it.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Bye.
Take care of yourself. Well, there goes my whole investment.
Maybe not.
Well, I don't know. The results from the auction, you know, make up most of the profits for the year.
Arthur, I've got an idea. I think I might be able to convince Mr. Kittredge. So I'll talk to his doctor and see you at your house after dinner.
Oh.
But do you want me to go?
No, you stay here with Arthur.
Good evening, Frank. Mr. Manletter in?
Yes, sir. Come right in, Mr. Kittredge.
Thank you.
Now, don't be startled, gentlemen. I'm here to put your fears at rest.
Why, come right in, Wilfred.
Thank you. I merely want to inform you that after a little talk with Mr. Blackie, I've decided, regardless of my health, to conduct the auction on Friday.
Well, that's the nicest thing I ever heard of. I don't know how I can thank you. Oh, my.
Some water, please.
Some water.
Oh, get some water, Mr. Manletter. Hurry up.
Oh, don't hit him so hard. There you are.
Can't you put something stronger in that, Arthur?
Yes, of course I can.
Blackie!
Blackie, you...
Well, if I fooled you, I guess I can fool your customers.
Customer? You mean to say you want to take Kittredge's place?
Why not? It's just for the auction.
Oh, but Blackie, you don't know anything about books.
No, but the beautiful blonde in the shop knows everything about books.
Uh-huh.
So I'll let her in on the gag, conduct the auction, and nobody will be the wiser.
Oh, Blackie, if you can do this, you'll solve all my problems.
Well, I'll do it on one condition, that you stay out of the shop. If I ever see you, I'll laugh.
And Mr. Manlett, I'm going to keep you company, because if I see this, I'm going to laugh.
Oh, good heavens, don't you laugh.
Hello? Yes, this is Professor Hadley. Most certainly the book will be ready. A perfect, a magnificent imitation. Not a flaw from cover to cover. No matter how many experts may be there, I defy them to recognize this one as a copy. Don't worry. It will be ready for the auction Friday. Goodbye.
Having dispensed with the minor items, I naturally refer to these as minor in the light of what we are about to disclose to you. We come now to the rarest of our rare books. The first edition of Charles Dickens' Pickwick Papers.
How am I doing?
Fine. The inscription.
Oh, yes, we are particularly fortunate in having the only copy which has the author's own inscription inside the back cover. Before I ask for bids, I shall leave the volume here, so that anyone who wants to look at it may do so. Miss Menard will answer any questions.
I must see that inscription.
Good morning, Inspector.
Good morning, Mr. Kittredge.
Well, when I phoned police headquarters for a guard, I hardly expected the head of the department.
Well, we had a hunch this Dickens book might prove a little temptation to some of the lads we keep our eye on.
Oh, nonsense. It's such a rare item, I doubt if the cleverest thief could dispose of it.
There's only one copy of the Brooklyn Bridge, Mr. Kittredge, but they've sold that 1,271 times that we know of.
It's pretty amusing.
As a matter of fact, there's one ex-convict in this town that book might bring out of retirement.
Really?
His name is Boston Blackie.
Boston Blackie? Oh, yes, you mean that friend of Arthur Manleder's?
That's the man.
Oh, not him, Inspector.
He could sell you the nose on your face and make you pay double if you wore a ring in it.
Well, I don't ordinarily wear a ring in my nose.
I beg your pardon. It's my assistant, Sergeant Matthews.
Glad to meet you.
How do you do? Well, it's awfully good of you to drop in.
That's Stogie.
No, don't throw it away, Sergeant. Keep on enjoying it. Well, you make yourselves at home, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Mr. Kittredge. Yes?
You never saw me before, but yet when I walked in here a minute ago, you knew who I was. How's that?
Well, you see, Inspector, when a person devotes his entire life to books, parts of his anatomy become flat, but never his feet. You also seem to forget that you were talking to this Boston Blackie person in the shop only a few days ago. Yes.
That's right. Shut up. Keep your eyes open. Learn something.
Would you kindly return to your seats, please? I shall ask for the first bids. Now, what do I hear?
35,000.
37.5.
39,000.
39,000. Do I hear 40? Well, you must all be aware of the fact that the last recorded sale of a similar volume brought closer to 60,000.
50,000.
50,000. Well, that's better. Thank you so much, Mr.
Harmon, big man.
Thank you, Mr. Harmon. Yes, indeed.
52,500. 55,000.
Well, Mr. Harmon bids 55. Do I hear 60?
59,000.
59,000. Won't somebody bid 60?
60,000.
60,000. 60,000. Anything higher?
62,000.
62,000 has been bid. Do I hear anything higher? 62,000 once. 62,000 twice. 62,000 sold to Mr. Harmon. Well, congratulations, Mr. Harmon.
Congratulations.
Say, who's this Harmon guy, Chief?
He's the most famous bibliophile in the country.
Bibliophile?
Mm-hmm.
You don't look in shape to go 6 rounds.
Oh, the seller's name is Porter Hadley. H-A-D.
Better make out the check to Kittredge and Company, Mr. Harmon. We'll send Mr. Hadley a check after we deduct our usual commission.
Yes, indeed. Hello? Yeah, this is the professor. 50,000. That's a lot of money. The check's on his way to Drexel Avenue? Good.
Inspector Farraday.
Mr. Harmon.
The book for which I paid $62,000 at the Kittredge auction yesterday is a counterfeit.
A counterfeit? Well, that's a pretty serious charge, Mr. Harmon. Before we can take action, we'd have to have some proof of that charge.
This is my secretary, Mr. Leslie Paisley.
How do you do?
His judgment in these matters is highly respected.
Mm-hmm.
I became suspicious when I noticed a crooked comma here on page 56.
Crooked comma. Well, what does that prove? I've seen many a crooked comma in my time, in many kinds of books.
Inspector, the first edition of the Pickwick Papers has no comma in this sentence on page 56.
We have no record of this man, Porter Hadley, you describe. Undoubtedly, he's an expert brought in on the job. But if my hunch is right, Mr. Kittredge, the spark plug in this setup is the man I suspected yesterday.
Who's that, Inspector?
Boston Blackie.
Boston Blackie? I mean, Boston Block? Oh, that's impossible.
Well, from what I've heard of Boston Blackie, the inspector might be right, Arthur.
Oh, how can you say that?
Listen, once a thief, always a thief. And where $50,000 is involved, I wouldn't depend too much on Mr. Blackie's friendship.
No, indeed.
But I happen to know that, that is, I mean, I'm very certain that Blackie had nothing to do with this.
Checked every spot you took, Chief.
And?
I covered his apartment, the Eagles Club, the Rams, and about 9 different joints he goes every day, and no one has seen Blackie for 48 hours.
One place you didn't check. When did you last see Boston Blackie, Mr. Manletter?
Oh, I see him every day.
Today? Yesterday?
Well, of course I saw him today. I didn't see him today.
You didn't see him yesterday either?
No, I didn't see him yesterday either.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, but a short absence doesn't make a man a criminal.
Listen, doesn't it seem strange to you that at a time like this we can't find him? I'm going to hang Blackie for this.
Well, you can't hang him until you find him.
I'll find him. You looking for somebody, Runt?
Well, yes, I came in to buy a book. I wanna...
Another bibliophile, Chief.
Where's Blackie?
Why, a few minutes ago, he... I don't know.
Why don't you go out in the shop, young man? Yes. My girl will take care of you.
Yes, just a minute.
Miss Bernard, please.
Yes, Mr. Kittredge?
The young man here is interested in a book.
Hold on. You didn't see Blackie today?
No.
You didn't see him yesterday?
No.
I suppose you didn't see him when he was talking to me here either?
No.
Oh, an amnesia victim. Take him down to headquarters and refresh his memory.
Now, wait a minute. You can't lock me up. I didn't do a thing.
All crooks are innocent. I suppose you're as innocent as your friend Blackie. All right, Matthews.
You can't get away with this. I'm going to take this up with somebody.
How is all this going to get my money back? Mr. Kittredge, I hope you stopped payment on your check to this Hadley person.
Oh, dear. No, I didn't. Miss Bernard, would you call the bank, please, right away?
He was here when the bank opened. Almost broke a leg falling over the scrub woman. Yes, we cashed it. It was certified, you know.
The check was cashed first thing this morning.
Oh, dear.
Mr. Manletter, I hold you responsible, and I demand full restitution.
Oh, now, take my word for it. If the money isn't recovered, Kittredge and Company will make good every penny of it.
That's good enough for me.
Huh.
Good day.
Good day.
Mr. Hadley seemed like such a scholarly little man when he brought the book in.
Did he leave an address?
Well,
Yes. Here it is.
1616 Drexel Avenue.
The check was delivered to him there last night by messenger.
Last night's a pretty big head start, but nevertheless, I'll investigate.
Oh, I'm so glad you're on this case, Inspector.
You'll hear from me if anything develops.
Well, goodbye, Inspector. Oh, gee, Blackie, you're in all this trouble on my account. What about yourself? 50 grand isn't confetti, you know.
I feel as though it's all my fault. I should have examined the book more thoroughly. As I think back to it, Mr. Hadley's innocent manner completely disarmed me.
You're not to blame, Glory, really. Look, Blackie, I want to excuse me, dear. I will not let them think that you're at the bottom of this counterfeiting thing. I'm going to take my loss, and I'm going to tell them... And get me arrested. Oh, no. While I'm trying to prove my innocence to Farraday, the crooks will run off with the money.
Your money.
But that isn't
Now,
the
look,
point.
Arthur, as long as I'm hiding behind this beard, I'm safe.
Well, are you sure of that?
I'm sure. Now, don't worry, please. I'll see you later.
Well, all right, but be careful, because I don't care for myself. I
will.
Do you think Inspector Farraday will locate Hadley?
Oh, not a chance. The cook doesn't give you his address, Gloria. You know, I just remembered, when Hadley took that book out of his briefcase, it was wrapped in an old piece of newspaper.
I threw it in the wastebasket. But suppose you find it. What's that going to prove?
Well, I remember there was an address written on it. Yeah, here it is. Might have been written by the newsboy.
That might be something.
Yeah. Here, what are you doing?
I'm going to call Inspector Farraday.
Oh, no, he won't be in his office for an hour yet.
Well, they could reach him on the radio.
Now, look, Gloria, I'm in trouble, and I'm the only one who can get me out of it. Excuse me, I'm going to change. Wait for me. Good morning, miss.
There's no vacancy. Haven't had one. Don't expect one. You're wasting your time to try to bribe me.
No, I'm looking for one of your roomers, a Mr. Porter Hadley.
Never heard of him.
Oh, looked like a college professor, a little man about so high.
Oh, you mean that little bookworm, Stephen Quebeca? He sneaked out of here owing $80 after living here for 6 months.
Really? Did anyone ever come to see him?
Just his niece once or twice, that's all.
Uh-huh. Did he leave anything behind?
Just some old shirts.
You say he left some old shirts, huh? Could I take a look at them, please?
You can have them for all I care. Right in here.
Thanks. Good morning. The Laundry Association tells me this is your number, Mr. Sobel. It's K441. We'd appreciate any information about the owner.
It's not our custom to expose patrons to the first nose that dashes in here unannounced.
Yes, I quite understand that, Mr. Sobel. Police headquarters. Inspector Farraday staff.
Why don't you say so? I'll take a look. Hasn't done business with us for over 6 months. The name is Porter Hadley.
Porter Hadley, huh? The address, please?
The Globe House Wrecking Company at Verries Avenue and Jones Street.
Verries and Jones. Thank you very much. If we can do you a favor sometime, give us a call.
Just a minute. Forgot your wallet, officer.
Oh, thanks.
And your shirt.
I'll make you a little present of it.
I got plenty of shirts. Inspector Farraday. Operator, get me police headquarters.
Interesting trivia note. The book in question here that they auctioned was called The Posthumous Papers of the Pickwick Club, or just the Pickwick Papers. And Charles Dickens originally wrote this in 20 serialized parts. And these days, that baby will go, depending on condition, and if it's signed, 25 grand to 100 grand. And I read that it was from 2017, so it's worth a ton of money these days. Kind of an interesting note.
thought you'd never get here.
Did you, Professor? How solicitous of you.
What do you mean?
Were you planning a little trip?
You don't think I intend to sit around here until they track us down, do you?
Us, Professor. You were supposed to call me the minute you cashed the check at the bank.
I couldn't reach you.
Where's the money?
Here's 25,000. Your share.
Don't divide it, Professor. I'm taking it all. I've listened to you, Professor. You sound exactly like a double-crosser.
Who was in here with you? Who was...
That's an expensive gun, Blackie. You might misplace it. Get over there. Over there. Take care of him. Now drop it on the desk. Gently. I didn't expect to find you at the scene of a murder, Blackie. Looks like you're washed up.
Compliments to the Quincy Hand Laundry, huh?
That's right. They tipped me off.
I thought so. Well, you've caught me in the act, Inspector. I'll go quietly.
You're not going to try to talk yourself out of this one?
No.
You don't mean to tell me you just happened in here as the murderer dropped this revolver on the floor and then ran out that other door?
Well, I wouldn't say that, Inspector, because I'd know your answer.
Oh, would you?
Mm-hmm. Isn't it a little early in the day, Blackie, for a bedtime story?
And to think that Kittredge gave me the laugh when I suggested you might be in on this.
He's only been dead a few minutes, Chief.
All right, call a coroner.
Yes, the police photographer and the reporters and all the news photographers.
Don't worry, Blackie. We'll have your picture on every front page in the town.
Oh, goody.
Sit down.
Sure.
Hello, Gertie. This is me. Homicide.
All right, hold it.
The papers would give you a break if you talk, Blackie.
I have nothing to say, boys.
Boston Blackie turned Sphinx. My editor won't believe me.
Inspector, may I see you a minute, please? Now, don't try anything funny. There's a guard at each door.
I wouldn't think of such a thing.
Here's this guy's papers. Stephen Quebecer.
Quebecer?
We have a picture here.
Let's see.
Hey, does anybody mind if the police photographer gets a picture here?
Go right ahead. We got pictures all over the place of this guy.
Bad boy, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm going back to the office. I'll send for the body.
All right.
Goodbye.
All right.
Inspector, you were right. There's another way out of this cellar.
Well, take a look at it. Keep your eye on Blackie.
You know
Come
me,
on,
boss.
boys. This should be interesting.
Maybe now I can get my picture.
What's the matter?
I could have sworn I brought in a half a dozen spare plates.
Oh.
Well, I'll have to get some from upstairs.
Well, don't hurry. I'll still be beautiful when you get back. I'd like to get a shot of this, Sergeant. Yes, I want a full shot of this. You get in too, officer. You'll never get in the movies that way, Sergeant. Smile. That's pretty, Sergeant.
If you back up a little bit, you'll get us all in.
That's a good idea. Thank you very much.
Excuse me, I want to get a long shot of this. Ready? Hey, what do you think you're doing? What's the idea? This is my camera here. Hey, Blackie! Oh, you ox! What?
I'll get him. Never mind, I'll send out an alarm. Why didn't you stop him?
I couldn't even see him, Chief.
You lunkhead, you couldn't be a seeing eye man for a blind dog. Get out of the way. There.
Boston Blackie suspected of murder. Paper lady, read all about it. Wextree, Boston Blackie escaped police suspected of murder. Read all about it. Boston Blackie escaped police. Paper lady? Thank you. Extra, read all about it. Boston Blackie escaped police suspected of murder.
Did you get the money?
Yes, I did. But I had to get away from Steve's place in a hurry. When I got back to the bookshop, I found I'd lost it.
Lost it? Where?
I'm not sure.
Well, let's go back and Steve help us find it.
Steve's dead.
You?
Yes.
We're getting out of here.
But, Jack, we haven't got the money.
I don't care. How do you think I feel? An escaped con that has to hide his face from the cops while his wife goes out murdering for him?
Maybe it's because I love you, Jack. To think I had the money right in my hand.
What happened?
An unexpected guest. Here, read this.
Boston Blackie. He see you?
No, I got away just in time. That's when I must have dropped the envelope.
We're getting out of here.
No, we're not. We're going to stick this thing out. All our plans depend upon that money. When you and I go away, we're going far away. And with enough cash to keep us for a long time.
You're crazy. This is a murder rap.
There isn't a bit of suspicion on me. If Blackie picked up that envelope, he's still got it.
And don't you think the cops searched him?
If they had, the papers would have said so.
So what do we do next?
So I'll go to work as usual in the morning. For the moment, give me a light, honey, will you?
My office has been after me 4 times today. I've got to get a statement from the department.
Just tell him that the clever Boston Blackie escaped from the poor detective.
That's been on our front page for the last 2 editions. Our readers want to know what you're going to do about it.
I'm going to do the best I can. I'm not a Superman. I'm just a human being.
That's news.
Yeah, let's go to the phone.
Holy mackerel.
Oh, he's not Superman.
They look as though they just found out something important.
Never mind, never mind.
Now, look here, Inspector. You can't hold me here. I'm a citizen. And besides, I didn't do nothing.
That's why we sent for you, Runt.
Huh?
We're letting you go.
Oh, wait a minute,
It's
Chief.
all right, Sergeant. When the police department makes a mistake, they're the very first to rectify it. We had no right to arrest you, so we're releasing you.
You're making a big mistake, Chief.
Run along, Runt.
You mean that I'm free? I can go...
And keep your nose clean.
Oh, well, gee whiz. Well, thanks, fellows. So long.
Good morning. Close the door.
Anyone ask for me?
We've only been open a few minutes.
Did you read the papers?
Yes, what happened?
Well, I traced Hadley to his workshop. When I got there, he was dead. I nearly had my hands on the murderer, but he got away.
Oh, how awful.
Well, not exactly. I got the money. You know, that inspector's a trusting soul. He never searches me.
Well, that's nice. Now you can return the money to Mr. Harmon and everything will be all right.
Oh, is that just like a woman? If Kittredge returns the money, the police will want to know where he got it, won't they? From that point on, you don't have to be very bright to figure that Kittredge and Blackie are one and the same.
But what else can you do? You've got to take that chance.
I'd wind up facing a murder rap. No, it's a tough assignment, Gloria. But I've got to find the guy who dropped this little package.
What do you think he wants in the bookstore, Chief?
I don't know, but we'll give him time to hang himself.
Blackie, look, I'm free again.
Are you crazy? Get out of here.
I thought you needed me. I got here as soon as you let me out.
I'll beat it, Runt, and make it fast.
But I don't get you.
Don't you know why they let you out?
No.
You're being tagged.
Now get out of here and stay up.
Oh, I get it. Come on.
If we now turn our eyes upon the happy consequence of religion, upon the evils which mankind brought upon
You're
themselves...
quite an intellectual, eh, Runt?
Yes, Huh?
I see the minute you sprung from jail, you hot-footed right for a bookstore.
Oh, well, you see, I love books.
Mm-hmm. Well, what I want to know is why did you come to this bookstore? There are at least 3 others between headquarters and here.
Oh, well, you see, Mr. Kittredge and I are very old...
Something I can do for you, gentlemen.
Yes, call Mr. Kittredge, please.
I don't think Mr. Kittredge is in yet, but I'll see.
Mm-hmm. He likes books.
Come in.
Oh, I didn't think you were here, Mr. Kittredge.
Oh, yes, yes.
I didn't see you come in. Inspector Farraday wants to talk to you, sir.
Oh, the inspector, eh? Yeah. Well, tell him I'll be out presently.
Yes, sir.
How am I? All right?
Oh, perfect. Oh, Blackie, the money. Suppose the inspector gets suspicious and decides to search you.
Uh-oh, that's right.
Give it to me. I'll hide it.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Got a better idea. The inspector will never search this. Look. Well, after you.
Blackie.
Good morning, Mr. Kittredge.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. Why did you bring this little man with you? I thought you had him safely locked up.
He was released, and we didn't bring him here. He came by himself.
Oh, and what for?
That's what we'd like to know, Mr. Kittredge.
Well, I'm afraid I can't enlighten you, gentlemen. You see, I'm just as bewildered as you are.
Mm-hmm. But it does seem strange that this friend of Boston Blackie's would come straight here.
It would seem to me that this whole case is very strange. If this man is working with a desperate criminal, why is he permitted to roam the streets freely?
Well, you don't understand, Mr. Kittredge.
I understand a lot more than you think, sir. A man who's both thief and murderer is at large. And instead of scouring the city for him, you come fiddling into my shop with this little scoundrel here to interrogate me.
Who are you calling a scoundrel? Now, you don't know the case, Mr. Kittredge.
I know the case, and I'm the victim. All I'm interested in is finding the murderer and recovering $50,000.
That's right.
That's right. And as for him, you lock him up. Lock him up! If you don't, I'll personally file a complaint with the police department.
Come on.
Sounds like a toughie.
You can make it.
A light.
Someone's coming. Let's go. We can try it again tomorrow.
I think it's very foolish keeping the money here, Arthur.
Why, Blackie? It's just as safe here as anyplace else.
Yeah, but the guy that bumped off Hadley isn't giving up that easily. I have a hunch he'll come here looking for the money. If he hasn't already.
What do you mean?
Somebody's been here.
Oh, say, you're joking, Blackie.
Am I? The shades are down.
Holy mackerel.
maybe I better keep that in the vault at the bank.
Yes, I think you better.
Well, Blackie, who knew that it was in there?
I don't know, Arthur, but I have a hunch you'll be back.
Say, Blackie. Yeah? Will you walk home with me?
Sure.
Maybe you're ready to see it my way now. It's hopeless. As long as we stick around here, that's...
Jack, you're losing your nerve. You've forgotten what the money in that safe means to us.
Yeah. Can mean 20 years.
Not us.
Could even mean the chair.
It means freedom for both of us. Happiness for you and me, Jack.
I wouldn't try cracking that safe again if there's $1 million in it.
You don't have to. Blackie will open it for us. Why don't you examine these two, madam? I'm sure you'll find what you want. Mr. Obie.
Yes?
Would you wrap these, please? Mr. Craig is calling for them this afternoon.
Why, certainly, Miss Menard.
This one here seems pretty good.
Well, why not look over them all? There's no hurry.
Thank you.
Did you find something?
Yes, I'll take this one. It's a great relief to finally get just what you've been looking for.
Yes, isn't it? Jack. Jack, I got it. I told you Blackie would open the safe for us. Here it is.
50,000 smackers. Are you kidding?
What's the matter?
Blank paper. You walked into a trap right up to your neck.
So what? So he knows somebody's after the money, that's all. He's known that all along. He still wouldn't know who made the switch of envelopes.
No, baby, this finishes it.
And let everything we planned slip through our fingers.
It's too late.
It's not too late. We'll just stop playing a waiting game with Blackie, that's all.
What do you mean?
We'll do it the hard way. I wanted 50,000, but we may have to settle for half.
Hello, Mr. Kittredge. Won't you join me?
Sure.
And now you need a friend. Look.
Okay, friend. Let's have it.
You're in a tough spot, Blackie.
Really? What do you get for your information?
What difference does that make? I'm here for the payoff. Let's not waste any time.
Did you think I'd bring the money with me?
No. You're even too smart to leave it in a safe.
Oh, you must be the visitor who toyed with my safe the other night. And also the customer who switched envelopes yesterday when the safe was open.
Keep guessing, Blackie. I never admit anything.
And I don't give up 50 grand just because someone knows I'm Blackie.
How about a guy who's wanted for murder? You know, Blackie, when I was a kid in school, I was head man in my glee club.
No.
And I can sing louder than an operatic soprano.
When you were in school, did the teacher call you Higgins?
Higgins?
Yes, Jack Higgins, forger and safecracker. Alias Dewey Turner, alias Waldo Hubbard, alias Joe Manning, and alias a lot of others.
You're crazy.
Well, maybe, but not nearsighted. You know, that's a very phony-looking mustache you're wearing.
I got a mind to call a cop and turn you in now.
Ohio State Penitentiary, 1934 to 37. Let's see, Sing Sing, 1942. By the way, aren't you supposed to be up there right now doing time?
All right, wise guy. So you know me. What's the deal?
Well,
I might consider a little proposition. Say, 50-50.
Okay. But remember, Blackie, don't try to pull a fast one. You may not even live to get to the chair.
That's charming. Where shall I deliver the money?
Follow these directions. It's outside of town. It'll be safe for both of us. I'll be there, waiting for you.
Just a minute, Higgins. Where did we meet last?
Syracuse.
Oh, yes, Syracuse. You got married there, didn't you? Did I know the girl?
Nah. She went to college. She was a highbrow dame. You wouldn't know her. See you later.
College dame, huh? Could be.
A little trivia about Jack Boyle. I talked about this before, but it's so good. Jack Boyle was raised in Oakland, California. And when he got older, he worked for a San Francisco newspaper as an editor. But he got into opium, and he got addicted to opium, and he turned to crime to pay for his habit. So they threw him in San Quentin for writing bad checks. So he gets out of San Quentin, and he ends up in Denver, Colorado, where he's arrested again, but this time for armed robbery. They put him in the Colorado State Penitentiary this time, and that is where he started writing the Boston Blackie stories. So Boston Blackie is portrayed as an ex-con, and Jack Boyle is a real con.
What took you so long? I was beginning to worry.
Were you really, Gloria?
Yes. Did you find out anything?
Oh, just what you'd expect.
He didn't threaten you.
No. All he wants is $25,000 or else.
Blackie, you're not going to give it to him.
What can I do?
Well, you could call the police.
And bargain with Farraday? Oh, no. No, I'm in a spot, and Higgins knows it.
Higgins?
Yes, Higgins. That's our friend's name.
But if you give him the money, well, you'll be letting go of the only bait you have. The real murderer will never come to you then.
I wonder what I did with that money.
Money?
Yes. Oh, here it is. I almost forgot. Now, you go about your business just as though nothing has happened. I won't be long.
Hello. Hello, Jack. He just left this minute. Yes, every penny of it. It's a good idea.
Hello?
Well, Mrs. Brown, I'll see if we have that book. I'll call you right back. Runt, you shouldn't have come here. You know you're being followed.
Oh, I gotta see Blackie.
Blackie just left. He had to go somewhere with the $50,000.
Now you just said it to get rid of me. I know Blackie didn't have a cent on him.
Oh, yes, he did. It was in an envelope. I saw him put it in his pocket.
He tell you that?
Mm-hmm.
That's Blackie. He's always clowning.
Well, it didn't seem to me like he was clowning.
That's why Mr. Manliner wants to see Blackie today. He's getting very fidgety about that cabbage in the apartment, and he wants to get it in the bank. You think I'm kidding, don't you? Well, I saw Mr. Manliner put that money in the safe myself, just before I left.
Well, I'm glad Blackie was only joking.
Well, of course. You don't think Blackie's crazy enough to carry a bankroll like that around with him, do you? No. Well, so long. I'll be seeing you.
Bye. Hello, Jack. I just learned something. Blackie's on his way, all right, but not with the money. I don't know. I thought he had it. But right now, the money's in Manletter's safe.
I thought I told you to shadow the Runt and stick with him.
That's just what I came in to tell you, Chief. It's a waste of manpower trailing him.
Goes back to the bookstore every time, huh?
Like a magnet. You can pick up the Runt, put him in any part of town. 15 minutes later, he's back at the bookshop. Say, that ought to mean something.
Well, it just means that either he's expecting to meet Blackie there or Blackie's been there and gone. Get me Mr. Wilfred Kittredge's home on the phone.
Yes, sir. Kittredge wouldn't be home now, boss. He's down at the bookshop.
I want to know what time he gets home. I don't want to talk to him at the shop anymore. Hello, Inspector Farraday speaking. Could you tell me what time Mr. Kittredge generally arrives in the evening?
Well, he's home now, in bed, resting. He hasn't been out of the house in several days.
Thank you. Tell him to expect a visit from the police department. Get my card. Thank you. How do you do, Mr. Kittredge? I'm sorry to interrupt you this way, but it's official business, you know.
Sit down, Inspector.
Won't have time to sit down. I just want to ask you one question. How long have you been in that bed?
I haven't been out of the house for over a week. Been in bed most of the time. Doctor's orders.
That's all I wanted to know. Thank you very much. Excuse me. Thank you very much.
Exactly 3 o'clock. I'd like to have this delivered in an hour.
Get 4 shot.
That's right. Is Higgins in?
Put him up, Blackie, and keep him there. Frisk him.
Here. I was under the impression we were going to talk business.
It's business, all right, only I'm doing the talking. Smart guy, huh? So you didn't bring the money with you?
How did you find that out?
You'd like to know, wouldn't you? I also know where it is. How do you like that?
I think you're a very smart young man. Why don't you go and get it?
Maybe I will. Sit down. Go to work.
Very comfortable little place you have here.
Glad you like it, because you're going to be with us quite a while.
You're wasting your time. If the police don't hear from me in a few minutes, this joint will be hotter than a firecracker.
You make me laugh, Blackie. The cops want you worse than they want me.
Perhaps I can offer you a little deal.
I'm through making deals with you, Blackie.
You're no nearer that cash than you ever were. I might be able to help.
You can help by sitting right there and being a good boy. After I get what I want, maybe Diz will let you off the leash. So long, sucker.
Mind if I smoke?
You got any?
Yes, right here in the pocket. Now, one of them's for me.
Oh, excuse me.
That's all right. Thank you. You like them, you know.
Oh, my error.
That's all right. Fine. Oh, sleep, my baby.
Hello, operator. Get me police headquarters, will you? Hello, police headquarters. I want Inspector Faraday's office, please.
Hello. Oh, Mr. Manletter. No, I'm sorry, he isn't in. What? Yes? Yes, I have it. Oh, sure, Mr. Manletter. Right away. Something screwy.
Hey, maybe we ought to tell the inspector.
No, it'd take too long to get in touch with him. Come on, boys, we'll investigate this ourselves. I can hardly wait to see the look on the chief's face when I bring Blackie in. Wait a minute. What was that address?
11105, Sarge.
11105 prompted. 11105 prompted.
This'll be easy for you. It's only a wall safe.
How about the butler?
Don't worry about him. It's his day off.
Arthur.
Put him up, Blackie.
Gloria. Well, what a charming combination. Constance, Gloria Menard, and Jack Higgins.
The lady in the lug.
Save your breath.
I said put him up. And remember, I haven't the slightest hesitation about firing.
The way you fired at Steve Quebecer?
Wouldn't you like to know? Police, step back. Jack, get out quickly, the back way.
How about you?
Don't worry about me. I'll take care of myself. Now get out.
Yeah, run along, you big hero. She'll attend to everything. She has the brains.
Jack! Get out.
You're a clever girl, Gloria. You really are.
Stay there.
Stay here. Well,
Oh, Inspector.
fancy meeting you here, Mr. Kittredge. I just missed you at the bookstore. You're not tending to your business, Mr. Kittredge.
Inspector, the man you want just went out the back way.
The man I want's right in this room.
Oh, you've got to believe me. He's getting away. I'll go with you.
Yeah, you bet you'll go with me, but I want to clear up a few things first.
Oh, I'm so glad you came when you did.
You've nothing to fear now, Miss Menard. Just tell me what you know about this.
I began to suspect the masquerade yesterday, but I just couldn't believe it. I knew the real Mr. Kittredge so well, and yet I was baffled.
Mm-hmm. And then?
Well, when he acted so strangely and left the shop this afternoon, I decided to investigate on my own. So I went to the office and took this and followed him here. And, well, here we are.
Beautiful story. Now tell the inspector the real one.
I'm going to leave that up to you, Blackie.
A murderer is a pretty important catch, Miss Menard. Anytime you want to join the force, just let me know.
Thank you.
Better put her in the homicide department. Are you going to believe that fairy story?
May I have your gun, please? You're going for a walk, Blackie. I'd say about a mile. And I don't mean for a cigarette.
Oh, very funny.
Where have you been?
Looking for Blackie, and all he found was an empty house.
Well, Blackie, I didn't
see you
know...
later, Arthur.
Get
off on me, you walrus!
I'm not.
Get after him! Watch this ball!
The service elevator's downstairs.
Try that. It's locked, sir. Well, if I know Blackie, he's in there. Give it some beef.
Are you sure he came in here, Chief?
Of course I'm sure. What's this? There he is. Blackie! Blackie, come up here!
No, you come down here.
I just parked the car. Have you heard from Blackie yet?
I should say I have. He was here. The police have got him. He broke away from there chasing him.
Where'd he go?
Somewhere here in the building. I don't know.
Well, come on, let's look for him.
Run down a couple floors and head him off.
Come on, Father. Wait, we'll take the service elevator.
Well, it's an awfully big building. I got lost myself once.
Mr. Manley, I've looked everywhere for him. I don't...
Get out of my way. Hello, Inspector.
Mr. Manley!
Yeah?
Mr. Manley, I found him. They got him trapped on a pipe.
In the
No,
pipe?
just don't go over there. I got him right here. Come on.
Hey, Matthews! Matthews! Get in there and head him off!
You won't get away this time, Blackie.
Oh, but it's terribly dangerous, Runt. Have you ever done anything like this before?
Sure.
I don't want to take the responsibility for this.
Now, don't worry, will you, Mr. Manletter?
You'll burn him to death.
No, I won't. The fire will never reach him. This will just smoke him out, that's all.
Oh, just smoke.
That's all.
Say, it's a wonderful idea.
Give me some more paste.
some more paper. Let's go. A lot of paper here.
Wait for me, boss.
Hey, Porter, did you see a man come out of there?
Yeah, he just went down the hall.
Block those exits. Yes, sir. Hey, that wasn't the porter's voice. Come back here, you guys. Oh, you've been a big help. Come on.
Here you are, Runt. Make it blaze. Yeah. Say, Porter, did you see a fella coming down from...
Sure, I the fella.
Blackie! Blackie? Oh, for heaven's sakes, get out of here. Your car's parked right around the back.
Good. Now, Runt, you're coming with me. Arthur, go upstairs to your apartment and stall Gloria for at least 10 minutes, understand?
Stall Gloria, that's it. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. How do you know she'll still be there?
She wouldn't dare leave while the police are in the building. Here, take those, and I'll borrow this, too. Come on, Runt. Go on, do what I told you.
Open up, please.
In the other room, sucker.
What do you want with me?
Rod, get the cords off that drapes. That's fine, Runt. Tie him up. Make it fast.
What's all this gonna get you?
Haven't you heard? We're out to win the Campfire Scouts medal for tying the best knot of the year. Runt, get Farraday on the phone.
Farraday?
Yes, you better use his private number.
You know what you're saying?
I'll finish that.
Inspector Farraday. I got him.
I'll take that. Put him in the closet. Hello, Inspector. This is Blackie.
Blackie, well, how are you? Who did you say this was? Trace this call.
Trace the inspector's call.
Yeah, you better keep Matthews away from that other phone or I'll hang up.
Okay, okay, you've got my word. Never mind tracing the call.
Skip it, operator.
I have a little proposition for you, Inspector. If you promise to wait 20 minutes before coming here, I'll tell you where I am. And I'll also have the case on a platter for you.
Okay, okay, you have my word.
Good. I'm in room 506 at the Traymore Apartments.
You've got exactly 20 minutes.
You want to give him all that time to get away?
I gave my word not to come up there, but I can surround the whole block. Come on.
How'd I do?
That's fine. Now stay in here, Runt. You know what to do.
Jack. Jack.
Hello, baby. You surprised?
Not at all. I knew you'd come to me.
Oh, no, you're coming to me with a confession. A signed confession.
You can have it, but it'll cost you $25,000.
Really? Would you be surprised to know that your boyfriend is now at police headquarters giving them a full confession free of charge?
What a quaint fable. If that were true, you wouldn't be up here trying to wring a confession out of me. Grow up, Blackie. Maybe someday we'll let you mix with the adults.
Well, you seem to forget that I'm facing the chair for a murder I didn't commit. Now, come on, start writing. Or maybe the district attorney will have a real case against me.
You haven't got what it takes to pull the trigger.
No? Watch. Stand back. Over to the desk, please. Just enough chicken in me to give you the same treatment. Now sit down and write what I tell you. Just as I dictated. Go on. I killed Stephen Quebecer, otherwise known as Porter Hadley. Quebec and I were partners in a counterfeiting swindle which involved a rare edition of Dickens' Pickwick Papers. That's good. Boston Blackie had no connection with this affair. I alone am responsible for Quebec's death. Now sign it. Sign it. Thank you.
Up, Blackie.
All right, Blackie, give me the confession. And drop the gun, too.
I don't see why. There's nothing in it but blank cartridges.
Jack Higgins. We've been looking for you. Get him out of here.
Yes, sir. Come on. You surprised, Inspector?
Yeah, a little. Blackie, you're not only wanted for murder, you got yourself mixed up with a cheap jailbreaker.
Oh, you don't want me, Inspector. There's the real killer. Gloria Menard, Kittredge's assistant in the bookshop.
Oh, Inspector, this is the second time I have to thank you for arriving just in time. I was in the kitchen when I heard the commotion and found the two men fighting.
Inspector, this girl happens to be the wife of Jack Higgins.
Well?
She killed Quebecer. She signed a confession.
A confession?
Where is the confession, Blackie?
Well, she thinks she burned it, but,
Quebecer was a double-crosser, that's why...
That's why you shot him? Oh, so that's it.
Well, you... now, you got your confession, Inspector, and Matthews heard it. Unfortunately, Miss Menard burned the real one.
What are you...
Get her out of here, Matthews.
Get your hands off me, Blackfoot!
Charming girl.
Now, wait a minute, Inspector. I can explain everything.
That can wait. Blackie, what I can't understand is how I could believe you'd be dumb enough to commit murder for 50 grand.
You must have thought I was nuts, huh?
Well...
How long have we known each other, Inspector?
15 years, I guess.
I think you were right in the first place.
Huh?
To be friendly with you for 15 years, I'd have to be nuts.
I don't get it.
Hope you guys liked the double feature there with Boston Blackie. The trivia question earlier was, what was the first Chester Morris Boston Blackie movie? And the answer is Meet Boston Blackie. And that was the very first of the 14 that Columbia made. But the overall earliest film was Boston Blackie's Little Pal from 1918. So they made 23 movies total, and the very first one was Boston Blackie's Little Pal, 1918. Well, I hope you guys had a good time, and thanks for coming, and hope to see you again next time. Take care.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.